Hello guys, what is up? It is me, Rahul, here, bringing you guys another video. Today we are going to be taking on the St. Louis Blues in Game 5. Yes, we're down 3-1. I don't know how that happened. They have the better offense, defense, and goalie. As in Madden, it's offense, defense, special teams. Yep. I realized that some of our players are actually injured. They're 15-7. We're 13-10 in the playoffs. So, if you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Also, another thing. You might have noticed something. Yes. To boost the X factors. I actually have Adam Oates and the boys, but we do have Ray Burkay and all the other guys. You might be thinking to yourself, like, what's going on here? Well, the problem is with this team that you may realize going forward is that if you were to consider every single possible team, the teams that we had, the teams that we faced, from the Quebec Nordiques to the Washington, from the Pittsburgh Penguins to the Washington Capitals, those guys. Ray Burkay scores a goal right off the bat. So this is a team that everyone should not mess with. That's the best way I can put it. And it's really ridiculous. So, today's game, the best way I could put this is, we're going up against the St. Louis Blues. As you know, we're down 3-1 in the series. So, basically, what's going to happen is that there's two possibilities. One, we could go to Game 6, or two, we can lose. So far, we're winning in a very odd fashion, because if you know, I wanted to force a fight, and we did that. That's Shanahan against Prentice. And we actually have a person injured. And oh my god, this actually is something huge. I don't know who got injured during this time, but they got injured really badly. Brendan Shanahan and one of our players actually got fighting majors, which doesn't constitute into a 4-on-4. It's just, hey. And also, our Bruins guy did get a game misconduct. As you know. So now it's Unger and Simmer. And I bet whatever our Boston Bruins defenseman, I remember this, got injured. Because now we have back-to-back injuries, assuming this. And now, like, if our whole defense was wiped out from injuries, Gary Unger and our other defense, our other Boston Bruins guy, they now, are fighting majors. Still, it doesn't constitute into a 4-on-4, and also both of them don't have game misconducts. So we're safe again. And also we're in terms of fighting, which makes it really sickening. And who is that? Kachuk against Ray Bourque. This actually angers me because I think Park got injured in this situation. So, literally, Kachuk and Ray Bourque got fighting majors. Kachuk and Ray Bourque got fighting majors, no game misconducts, no 4-on-4. And I actually had to check. You're witnessing this right here in this video, because I normally cut this out. Rattile is still playing with an injury, but I had to go to defense, of course. Park, O'Reilly, and Smith. My whole right side. Dallas Smith, all of those guys are injured. All of the right defensemen are injured. Quinto, Westfall, Bourque are in. So what that means, and I had to figure this out, is that they would like interchange with Ray Bourque. So not all, or with the first, second defenseman, or the second, third defense with this defensive line, 1 with 2, 1 or 3, or 2 and 3. So at this point, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, how are we going to play defense? And after this, I had to call up an AHL. We had to call up any AHL dudes, which is really awkward because, yeah, it's just awkward. And at that point, I was like, you know what? Let's go all in, because let's do it for those guys, because those injuries are actually gonna suck, because we're in game 5. If we force a win in this situation, even though this is pre-recording, we could go to game 6. Now, you might be thinking to yourselves, isn't this semi-pro? This is competitive style. Well, if you know anything about the St. Louis Blues history, they lost 3 out of the 4 Stanley Cups they've been in. We have an argument because we were in the original 6. They're post-original 6. They went to 3 back-to-back Stanley Cups in their first 3 seasons as an expansion team. And guess what happened to that? The Boston Bruins and the Montreal Canadiens defeated them. So, if anything, this squad is a fraud. This squad is not meant to be in an NHL landscape. They have Wayne Gretzky. Well, that was a long time later. They have Brett Hull. They have Chris Pronger. They have Jay Bouwmeester. Now, he doesn't even count. Sorry. And Burgess against Shanahan. Brett Shanahan. Are you kidding me? Like, at this point, we have won 3 fights. Make that 4. Like, we got one guy injured, then another guy, then another guy. This wasn't even considered a injury fight. This was just like Brendan Shanahan. Actually, not Brett Shanahan. Brendan Shanahan. And Terry Fergus, I think, both got fighting majors. No 4-on-4, nor game misconducts. So, this was pretty cool. My opinion. I did this. So, our energy was restored So for the defensive lines for the first, second, and third, since they have to be interchanged, all of them are left defensemen. None of them, I feel like, can play right. Like, you could be a switch defenseman. Like, you could switch between being a left defenseman and a right defenseman, defensive player. I feel like Westfall and Quintal, as far as I'm concerned, as well as Ray Burkay, don't know how to, like, play, like, a right defensive position. Yeah, you could say, like, defensive players know how to play left and right. That's like basically saying a linebacker from the NFL knows how to play outside linebacker and inside linebacker. Or a safety knows how to play free safety and strong safety. Or a tight end can play wide receiver. Obviously, I'm making, like, comparing the apples to oranges. It's just, it makes sense. Starting off in the second period, I knew I had to play with Ray Burkay a lot. And I thought, like, at some point I could put Ray Burkay in the first line of the offense. Because we needed as much firepower as we could get from, like, the X Factors I have. Because the Boston Bruins Alumni doesn't have that many X Factors. In fact, you have Willie O'Reilly, Adam Oates, Ray Burkay. If you look at the Montreal Canadiens, they have like 8 or 9, or heck, even 10. In the Detroit Red Wings, they have so many as well. So, like, I was really, at this point, I was really scared about the fact that they knew, like, we would have to win. We had to use our own game, my own tactics to kind of win this battle of, like, barely any defense against a team that literally, like, I'm gonna put this one against all odds. Like, I understand this is a team where it sucks, but it also is very interesting. I love this team, but I love the Boston Bruins, don't get me wrong, and its alumni team. It's just, it's gonna come down to the point where if I'm gonna see other players suck, it's not gonna be good. Like, we scored a goal right here with Hodge Sr. Like, imagine players of mine getting injured. Like, are you serious? That's just not right. Like, I've seen, and we could go with a list of countless players who have been in the Stanley Cup, who are in the Stanley Cup era and made a giant impact. This is not one of them. As I'm playing with the Boston Bruins alumni and against the St. Louis Blues alumni, the St. Louis Blues, they have an impact. And the Boston Bruins, they also have an impact. But, like, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen in this Stanley Cup run? We have been to multiple Game 7s. Except for round 3, where it was a game. Let me put it at this. It was a Game 5. Pittsburgh Penguins, it was a Game 7. Quebec Nordiques, it was a Game 7. So, as you see, we're, like, trying to score goals as much as we possibly can. Also, this is an aggregate score. This is an aggregate score. This is an aggregate. Adam Oates scores the third goal of the game. So, to remind you, this is an aggregate. meaning that it's not a 2 total goal series. And for the purposes of this video, for the purposes of this series, it makes sense. You know, like, I understand that. Oh, frick. See, we have a player slowly getting up. And a power play on our end, which is like a technical or unsportsmanlike conduct. Which is ironic, because they have done so much, but they've injured so many guys, but it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, the irony of doing that, it's like, yeah. Anyway, so the power play is on, and the best way I can put it is, they could score a goal, but it wouldn't really matter in my opinion. Why? Because we're still keeping the flow of the power play alive. And all of the St. Louis Blues players know, St. Louis Blues blue players, that if they can somehow score, if they can somehow do a comeback like that, Steen, who scores the first goal for the St. Louis Blues, a power play goal, no less, then it's worth it. Get Brett Hull, get Chris Pronger, get Brendan Shanahan, get Wayne Gretzky, all of them boys, Jay Bouwmeester. You could get all of them, but you can't deny our talent. Ray Bourque scores a goal, and Wayne Gretzky, the LA King version, is there. And also, our defensive positions, they are lacking energy. They're like forced to play like the whole period and everything. It's like really difficult. And I like had to call, I never done this, so once I call a timeout, right, the energy actually fills back up, per se. And once I checked back with the lines, defensive lines, they had enough energy. But the thing is, in this situation, it doesn't actually matter. You know why? Because in a defensive sense, and you have to think of this like in a sports mindset, if you in a way have to have certain players, Ray Bourque scores the 12th goal and surpasses the LA King, Wayne Gretzky, for goals. And it's also like, so if you think about it, our defensive side is like trying our very best. The only person I have to score goals is not Wayne Gretzky. Who is it? The only person I have is, Ray Bourque and Willie O'Reilly and Adam Oates and Sean Retillier. But like Rick Middleton, he's been injured, and that closes out the second period. The second period. So in this scenario, what I'm gonna say is this: we're obviously gonna win in this situation because, for some odd reason, excuse me, the best way I could put it is, this series, yeah, and Chris Pronger likes to, like, hurt people. Okay. Anyway. So, we're gonna win, as you are seeing, by the looks of it. After this, it's Game 6. It's gonna be Game 6, and after that, it's Game 7. Well, we don't know about Game 6, well, we know for sure for Game 5, but for Game 6, we don't know for sure yet, because, like, in this situation, we could get eliminated, or we could win to force Game 7. In this situation, we are going to force a game, like Game 6, so next episode is going to be Game 6, and what I'm going to say is, the 3-1 comeback is on, starting this episode. If we make it to Game 7, we do it. If we make it to Game 6 and win, we did it. For Game 7, it's the same thing. So far, we've been hanging on to the puck, and Shevers has been doing an absolute job of having a good goals against and save percentage as well. Would it be nice to have a shootout? Like a shutout with him, us having, with, like, I don't know how to say it, with the opposing team scoring 0 goals. Absolutely. And it's like, this is a team that we could compete, we could go up against. This is a team that I know, and everybody else knows, that this St. Louis Blues team is not how it used to be. Seriously, the Boston Bruins, my favorite team, is on the up and up. They have always been a legit contender. Washington Capitals have been on the down. Same thing for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Dynasties come and go. For, I don't know, the New York Rangers, like, if you look at the New York teams, like, including the Rangers, the Islanders, the Devils, New Jersey Devils, they've been on the up and up. So, like, they've been trying their, best to, like, rise up. And, oh my god, O'Reilly has scored a goal. I didn't expect him to score the 6th goal, but hey, it is what it is. So, yeah, the St. Louis Blues, out of all teams, I expected, oh my god, Cashman, Duchesne, boom, boom. Oh my god, Cashman is gonna lose. Yep. Cashman is gonna lose. He almost won, so it's like 4-1 in fights, so, yep, it is what it is. So, Steve Duchesne and Cashman. So the defense is okay. But I know one thing for sure. This is going to be great. Like, look at this. Thankfully, it didn't freaking happen. But we have an empty net and a delayed penalty. We have the power play. It was a charging call by Jake Neighbors and your neck of the woods. So, like, the St. Louis Blues alumni. I am very, very proud of them. What's really amazing, in my opinion, is that I could do whatever it takes to show that this team can be good. But like, after the Stanley Cup Finals is over, and I'm gonna force myself for a win, we're gonna do the exhibition series. So you're gonna be watching like exhibition games, like from various alumni teams that I didn't get to play, and I'm gonna see what their talent level is. Don't worry, I am working on the for the expansion franchise and those things. I'm trying to think of something, so that's what I will say. Currently on the power play, I have yet to score a goal. Like, the St. Louis Blue, like, those players are terrified. The St. Louis Blues are terrified, literally. And they know if we, like, score goals and stuff like that, we will, like, be in a position where it's like, you know what? It is, like, it is what it is. And like, so much other stuff. So, like, yeah. And they're, like, trying to kill off the power play, which they're really successfully doing. And I am very surprised on why they're doing it. There's no chance of a comeback at this point. So, I was like, you know what? Bam. So we go to score the goal with Prentice right after the power play finished. And that was like one of the best things I've ever seen. Yeah. No, so that's one of the best things I've ever seen. Because I admit the mess, but I sell it clean when it comes to this. Yep. So, as you're seeing, you're seeing the players just fighting over the puck. That is because it is near the end of the game. I understand. Now it's time for Game 6. And after that, it will be the technical finale. But then we have the exhibition tour, so. And oh my god, I didn't expect that. But there was a delayed penalty, and we scored a goal with Simmer, meaning that the power play will not come into effect. So, I shot the puck, it bounced off of the goalie, and Simmer just put it in. So 8-1. Oh my god. Yeah, 8-1. So thank you guys for watching this video. So next episode is gonna be Game 6, as you guys are gonna notice. We're gonna have an excellent time watching that game, playing the game. Well, me doing post commentary. 16.7 seconds left. It's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be really interesting. So, yeah. Yep, it's considered icing, and I'm fighting. So now that happened. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Y'all are legends. Bye. Peace.